All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Couple quick hints here, real quick. First question here we have to estimate 5.2 minus 2 in 9 hundredths. So, what I'm going to basically just do is round this 5.2 to 5. And simply, I would look, it's only 9 hundredths, so we can just round that to 2. And my estimation for that would be 3. Now, our actual answer, remember again, when we are lining up our decimals, when we're subtracting, so we can add a 0 here, bring this as a 2, have our 9, and subtract. Borrow from here. And we have our answer of 3 and 11 hundredths. Now, coming to the next one, you can convert the fractions to decimals if you really wanted to, or you can just solve it the way it is. Again, 1/3 is closer to 25, 5/6 is closer to 18. So you can just take that 25 minus 18, and then make sure then simply you can change your third into sixes by doubling it. So then you have your 25 and 2 6 subtracted by your 17 and 5 6 to get your actual answer. Coming on 36, we have kind of review prime factorization. Remember, we're just trying to break down our numbers into prime numbers. So from 36, you can pick anything. You can pick 6 times 6, like before. Now 6 isn't a prime number, so we offshoot from there. We can do 3 times 2 and 3 times 2 here. And 3 and 2 are prime numbers, so we would be finished. As we circle always our prime numbers. Then we can rewrite this as two ways. We can rewrite it as 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. Or you simply can write it as 3 squared times 2 squared, since you're doing it twice. Below, greatest common factor of 36 and 45. So basically, which number do they meet or have in common? We know that 9 times 4 is 36, and then we know that 9 times 5 is 45. So the greatest common factor would be 9, and then the least common multiple for 36 and 45. So if we made a table here, 36 and 45, and just keep multiplying until you find which multiple shows up first. So for second, you'd want to go 72 and 90, and just keep bumping by 2s, 3s, and 4s. Next page, again, you're just simplifying. Remember, when you're adding two negatives, it'll be greater negative. Remember, this means absolute value, how far from 0. But you're going to actually end up taking that negative with you. Same thing for here. Remember, you have more negatives, so your answer is going to be negative. And my bad for this one, because it is absolute value, so it's how far from 0. So that's actually going to stay 0.5, and this one's going to stay to 1.5 or 1.5. 439 here, we got some algebra here for you. So basically, you're just plugging in whatever our variables are in the problem. So if it's 6j, it just means 6 times 4. Simple as that. 1.5b, so just 1.5 times 14. And then 8 plus 4k, so just 8 plus 4 times 3.5. And just solve. Going on to the back here, we got our fraction decimal percents again. Just look at the pictures and answer the questions. Not too hard for you to look at and answer the fraction decimal percent. So then again, we're giving you 120%, so we need the other two. And you'll have to draw your thinking here on the grid. Last page here, again, we're just plotting. So Remember, you got to go left or right before you can go up or down when you're plotting. For example, -9 we'd come this way to the left, and 3 we'd go up. Make a plot right there, and so forth. And then the last, we got some fractions and decimals here, addition, subtraction. Remember, find common denominator. When we have mixed numbers, you got to turn them into improper fractions. To do that, we can multiply by the whole number, add the numerator. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13, 13 over 4. And we would add that to 12 times 2 is 24, plus 11 is 35 over 12. Now you can get your common denominator for 4 and 12, which will keep it 12. So 4 goes into 12, multiply it by 3, so 3 times 13 is 39. Then you can simply add that and then turn it back into a mixed number. So that's it. Thanks.